everybody, I'm Laura Trump. Thanks so much for joining us to hear all about the President's Week. President Trump visited London to meet with the leaders of other member states of NATO.
We've increased the budget of countries other than the USA because we're paying far more than anybody else and far more even as a percentage of GDP. But we've increased the numbers that other countries are paying by $130 billion.
The president is putting America first, and under his leadership, other NATO members have increased their financial support for the organization by $130 billion. President Trump signed an executive order to target rampant anti-Semitic and anti-Israeli language on American college campuses.
But today we're taking another historic action. In just a few moments, I'll sign an executive order to combat anti-Semitism. This action makes clear that Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, which prohibits the federal funding of universities and other institutions that engage in discrimination, applies to institutions that traffic in anti-Semitic hate.
With this executive order, President Trump makes clear that anti-Semitism will not be tolerated. President Trump met with small business owners in the White House to tout his administration's regulatory rollbacks and great economic successes.
2.5 million Americans have been lifted out of poverty. African American, Hispanic American, Asian American poverty levels, in the positive sense, have hit record lows. It's something that nobody thought was going to be possible in a short period of time either. So they've all hit record lows. Our regulatory reform efforts are delivering prosperity to forgotten men, women, and children of America. We are seeing a middle-class boom led by blue-collar jobs, and that's one of the things that's so great. The blue-collar workers, great workers of our country, they're really benefiting tremendously from what we've done with the tax cuts and all of the other things that we've done.
Just last month, the American economy added 266,000 new jobs and wages grew by over 3%, demonstrating that President Trump's policies are working for every American. President Trump visited Hershey, Pennsylvania to host a massive rally in a state which contributed to the president's landslide victory in the 2016 election.
Here in Pennsylvania, you had the single best year that you've ever had in the history of our country. Not bad. The Pennsylvania unemployment rate has reached an all-time record low. And I hate to tell you this, you know, when I was campaigning 3.5 years ago, I'd come here. You weren't doing so well, folks, right? You weren't doing so well. Wages were way down, unemployment was way up, it wasn't a pretty picture. Just a few months ago, I visited the new Shell petrochemical plant in Beaver County at $6 billion with a B, $6 billion. It is the largest investment in Pennsylvania history.
With thousands inside and outside the arena, one thing is clear: Pennsylvania is Trump country. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Sign up to volunteer with President Trump at donaldjtrump.com/volunteer to help us win big in 2020. I'm Laura Trump, and that is The Real News.